Hello, today I'm going to cover which fields are available in premium plan in Microsoft Planner. So you can see that I created already my public plan. And if you saw my previous video, then you know how to create it and where it is coming from. And now you will see some default fields which are coming when you create a brand new project. Okay, so first of all, let me show you that I can make like this. I can make wider or thinner my field. So for example, task name or any field like here. I can rearrange them by drag and drop. Okay. I can remove them. Okay. By hide column. When hide column, it is not removed. It is just hidden. Okay. If I go to hide column quick look and I go here to add column, I will see quick look here and I can say, okay, I want it here. Okay. And that's how we can remove or add columns. Now, let me show you what each field means. So let me show you one by one. Task name doesn't have to be explained. Task name means task name. So I call this task A. Then quick look. I have to spend some time to explain quick look to you. So I will go to information here and I will add label, like for example, this one. I will say, okay, not pink. Pink will be risky task, or I will call it risky. So I now have label, which is risky, and I will put it here. Here I can put a note, okay? I can put a note for the task, so it will briefly explain this task. Task A is for development module A, okay? Then start date and end date I will not put. I will put duration, for example, 5 days. Okay, and that's it. And then I will go here and I will add attachment, okay, from my computer. And let me see what I can add. I'm going to go to my documents in my OneDrive and I will go to my certifications, okay? And then I will, in my certifications, I will put my, let's say, ACP certificate here, okay? Here it is. When I close it, and here, of course, I can put checklist here. So it is development module A. I will say create new screen. Okay, then okay, develop, enter button, and so on button. Okay, here. And you will see that here, when I go out, I will here have 3 different things. First thing, let me go, is note. This one means that you have note for this task. So if I go here, I will open it and I will see note. If I erase note, it should disappear, okay? So you see disappear. If I put note, it is here, okay? It is here. Here it says that we have attachment, 1 or more attachment. So I can go here, I can click on it, and I will go and see my attachment will be loaded. I have to log in, and you will see that I am PMI Agile certificate practitioner. So it will open this attachment, which is saved in SharePoint, but it will be the part of separate block. Okay, now I have here also 0/2. 2 means that 0 from 2 of those items in checklist are done. If I say, okay, I created new screen, you will see 1 is done from 2, okay? I will say now here, let's say check 3. Okay, now 1 for 3. If I check them all, I will have 3 or 3 are done. So basically, this is this quick note shows. Quick note shows if you have note, if you have attachment, and if you have check items, and the right number means how many of them do you have. The left number means how many of them are finished. Assign to is person or persons to whom you assign this specific task. For example, I want Ellen and I want John to work on this, and I will have 2 of them. Start and finish are calculated by duration and also by predecessor. I will show you that in a minute. Bucket means in which bucket it is. So if I go to board and I say, okay, this is bucket which is called development, okay, and I call this bucket testing, okay, and I go to grid, and now I can see that this is in bucket development. If I add another task, task B, and I can say, okay, it is in testing. Okay, in testing, and if I go now to board, I will see task B is on testing. Let's go to grid. So bucket means that. Percentage of complete means how much percent are we done. For example, if I put 50%, it means that 50% are done. Now, I have priority, which I can choose. Is it medium, urgent, important, or low? I will say this is important, okay. And I can add some additional columns, like, for example, labels. And I can see here that I have labels. Okay, I will say don't show tiles, and I will see only the color. Or if I say show tiles, I will see that I have 1 label, okay. You remember which label it was, okay. If I go here, it is risky. If I remove this label, in labels column, it will be show nothing, okay. I will hide it, I don't need it, okay. Then I need depends on, and I will add depends after. Let's say that task B has 3 days duration, okay, and it depends on task A. So I can put here 1, okay, 1 finish to start. I will display how can you put depends on in my previous and in my next or some of my next videos, which will be dedicated to this. But you can see that this shows that this task B depends on task A, and depends after means that task A is dependent by task B. Okay, so if I put task C, for example, here, C, and I put here that it is 2 days and it depends on, let's say, 1 and 2, okay, you will see that now task C is depends on task A1, and task B, which is 2 here, and task A is depend of task 2 and task 3. Okay, now 2 more effort completed, and effort remaining. Effort is how many hours should all resources spend before the task can be completed, and it is calculated directly by 5 days multiple by 8 hours means 40, multiple by 2 resources means 80. If I put here, for example, myself, okay, it will say 1 day is 8 hours, multiple by number of resources, it is 1, only me, 8 hours. if I put here, let's say, Ellen, then John, then myself, okay, sorry, myself, and then Jim, you will see I have 2 days, multiple by 8 hours is 16 hours, multiple by 1, 2, 3, 4 is 64 hours. Effort completed means how many hours are completed. Here is 50% of this task A is completed. Let me scroll here. Okay, here, task A is completed, 50%. It means that 50% of 80 hours are done, and 50% of 80 hours are 40 hours, and remaining effort remaining is effort minus effort completed. This task wasn't completed, wasn't started at all. It means that effort completed is 0 and effort remaining is the whole effort. The same with task C. If I put here, for example, okay, 25%, I will see that 25% from 64 hours is 16, and 64 minus 16 is 48 hours remaining. And last but not least, I have goal, which can be created for each and every task, and this will be huge, a huge video about that. So just be aware that we have goals, and what I prefer, outline number, and outline number will go far left here. Okay, then I will scroll here. Okay, and I will put it far left. What does it mean? It means that, come on, that those 3 tasks are outlined. It doesn't work here and then here. Okay, outline number are 1, 2, 3. You may concern that this is not necessary because we have task number here 1, 2, 3. But if I go to a more complicated project like here, so you will see that I have project summary task, then phase 1. Okay, then in phase 1 I have phase 1 design, phase 1 development, phase 1 testing, phase 1 done, like a milestone, then phase 2, phase 3, and phase 4, and you will see that I have 22 tasks. But if I add, okay, outline number, and I will go here on the very far left, which is something which doesn't work all the time, okay, like here, you will see that the project summary task has number 1. Phase 1 is 1.1, but phase 1 design is 1.1.1. It is basically outline number is for you who are experienced project manager. It is work breakdown structure number, okay, and I prefer it, okay. And I hope that I explained basic fields which are available. And once again, here, if I go, you can create, you can add them, you can remove them. So, for example, I don't want priority hide column. I don't want depend after hide column. I don't want effort completed or a hide column. And I have here what I needed, and I can rearrange them. For example, I want quick look to go here, and it will be here. Yes, it will go here, and it will be here if I move them. Okay, so you can do it. In my next video, I will show you how to create your own custom field. Okay, those fields which I explained today are fields which are available by default, okay? So if I add all of them, okay, let me say that I add priority, that I add labels, that I add depends after, and that I effort completed. Now I can't add field except I can create new field. So I will do it next time. Until then, have a nice day. Hope you enjoyed.